The next item is District Accountability Committee budget recommendations. Chief Academic Officer Dr. Stacy Dattery and DAC Chairperson Kenneth Watts are here to give us an update on the perception of the District Accountability Committee's view on our budget.
Thank you for this time, President DeWitt and members of the school board. This should be a little briefer. So we're here as one of the District Accountability Committee's responsibilities is to make a recommendation to the local school board regarding the spending of school district funds. In order to prepare this committee to make such recommendations, they have taken the time over the year to learn basic information about school finance and have received legislative updates from Ms. Megan Sponsler, our Chief Financial Officer, during their regularly scheduled meetings. In addition, DAC members have reviewed the District Unified Improvement Plan, the Understanding the District Budget document, and the draft of the strategic plan you are pulling together throughout the year in order to better understand the needs as well as the functions of the district. Here with me tonight is Chairperson Mr. Ken Watts, who will present to the board the top recommended budget priorities from the District Accountability Committee.
Thank you, Dr. Dattery, President DeWitt, and members of the school board for allowing me a few minutes to share with you the District Accountability Committee's recommendations for the 2015-16 school district budget. After spending a considerable, amount of time learning throughout the year and then discussing these areas of focus, the DAC made recommendations and the average response points were tallied to gain an overall prioritization. The top 7 recommendations had only 4-point spread, ranging from 54 to 58 points. Those top recommended items include: number 1, provide funding for new math curriculum at all levels. Number 2, continue funding for students who are newcomers to the United States and other second language learners. Number 3, provide all-day kindergarten for all District 6 students. Number 4, increase funding for technology tools, blended learning, and professional development. Number 5, continue to fund instructional coaches to support brand new and veteran teachers through mentorship and instructional support. Number 6, continue to support professional development for all teachers so that they can increase their effectiveness supporting all students to be academically successful. And number 7, maintain funding for gifted, talented specialists. While we understand that this is just one piece of the budget process, we hope that you will strongly consider our recommendation as representatives from all the schools across our district. We have become familiar with the budget constraints we must work within, and we believe these priorities would further support our teachers and students to be successful. Thank you for your time this evening.
Well, obviously, before further questions, thanks to you both, and please carry our thanks to your DAC, and thanks go out to all of the school accountability committees. There's an infinite amount of time that's being generated by volunteers in the community to get a pulse of how things are going. We certainly thank you for those things. Comments or questions from the board? Well, we're certainly thrilled to accept the proposed way of spending this money. We see many things in here that we've talked about every meeting, and so obviously we see a similar future, and so we thank you for your time, Mr. Watt.
Thank you.
The next item is the employee benefits renewal, and once again, Chief Financial Officer Megan Sponsler will join us at the podium along with a guest. This is an action item, and so I will entertain a motion at this time.
Approve the insurance renewal as presented and authorize the officers to sign any and all contracts.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Sponsor.
All right, thank you once again. Tonight I am joined by Bob Murphy from Flood and Peterson. He will help in this presentation, and we will give just a brief outline and some general information, and then allow you an opportunity to ask any questions. So to start with, just to recap our process, we do have a benefits committee in the district. That committee represents all employee groups, and so we have members from the classified council as well as the GEA, and let me show you the members, and then negotiation, administration, representation. So we have Pat Otto, Gilbert, Brian, Peggy Corliss, Michael Ringhand, who is our benefits specialist, so he's the one that gets all the phone calls to answer all of these questions around benefits, Kevin Ayton, and myself. We also have from Flood and Peterson, Lori Giesick, who attends those meetings and provides just about any amount of data or information that we ask her to bring, and that's incredibly helpful as we make some decisions that are very, very difficult to make. During the meetings, we look at claims history, trends, and concerns. We look at some benchmarking data. We look at high-cost claims. We look at healthcare reform mandates that are coming at us and changing constantly. We get updates from the Employee Wellness Committee, and we also have our renewal, which is what we ultimately bring to you, and we're doing so tonight. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Murphy, and he will go through the recommendations that the committee has agreed to move forward to you for consideration tonight.
Thank you, Megan. President DeWitt, Superintendent Eads, Board of Education, thank you for having us here this evening. I would like to add one thing while we're recognizing people. You have an excellent staff of dedicated people that serve on this benefits committee. I was thinking tonight as I was going through this of some adjectives I could use to describe them: diligent, dedicated, hardworking. And I've often seen times where people put their individual best needs aside for the best needs of all members of the district, so I think they should be commended. Our medical coverage recommendation that's coming to you from the Benefits Committee is to change to Aetna with 4 options: the whole health option, the whole health high deductible with HSA option, the managed choice open access, the managed choice open access with HSA. The district covers 100% of the employee-only cost for the whole health high deductible with HSA option, and employees have an opportunity to pay the difference for any other option. Plan designs would stay the same, or in some cases, benefits are actually improved. The Benefits Committee dental coverage recommendation is to move to Aetna. There are no changes to the current plan and a small increase to the current rates. The Benefits Committee vision coverage recommendation is to renew with iMed Vision Care. There are no changes to the current plan and no changes to the rates. And the Benefits Committee recommendation for the life coverage is to move to Aetna with no changes to the current plan and slight reduction to the current rates. And with that, I'd be happy to either answer any questions or clarify anything that you'd like to ask.
Well, having just come from a work session in which we've been able to see the behind-the-scenes efforts on the part of the committee and yourself to bring this information to us and to try to maintain a tight control on our expenses, we have to thank you, and we appreciate the effort. I'm looking to see if anyone on the board has any specific questions, having had that work together earlier this evening. Seeing none, it might be time, since we've moved and seconded the motion to accept this, to have a roll call. Ms. Brett?
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Haefele?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Dr. Richard? Aye. Mr. Richardson?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
And the motion carries 7-0.
Well, thank you very much on
you.
another successful presentation and service to our employees. Well, this concludes the meeting for this evening. Thank you for joining us. This meeting is adjourned.